Twitch. Are we? We're streaming to Twitch. Are we also? Not yet. Not yet. You YouTubers, always so delayed and coming online. I just don't understand why. There you are. Hi, guys. Yeah. I've threatened for days that I was going to be playing the Thaumaturge, that I was going to buy it and play it because I wanted to. And I'm a man of my word. Sometimes. I occasionally tell the truth and stick to what I say. Alright, sure, I want to start a new game. Yeah? The steel rails are a portal to another world. The Thaumata is a word derived from Greek. It means miracles. A thaumaturge, or a temperomancer, is one able to discover secrets lingering in persons or places. Good evening. I'll go with Just Talk. Mr. TV seems a bit formal, so good evening, Just Talk. They recognize flaws or stigmas imprinted in the human psyche and can bring them to the surface. Are they a doctor of souls? It's impossible to fully name the essence of a thaumaturge without being born one. JT is good. I like abbreviations, easy to remember. I'll try. I'll fail, but I'll try. The Cabin in the Woods. It just came out a few days ago.
For years I've been seeing you in my dreams, and lately more and more. I know it's you, but I can no longer recognize your face. I don't know if I'd recognize you if I saw you. I hope your condition hasn't worsened much since you last wrote. I can hardly imagine what a nightmare you're going through. Remember, you're not alone. I'm sure our father would be happy to help, if only you asked him. I assure you that for now, I haven't said a word to him about your search or your health, just as you requested.
It's an RPG.
He doesn't know your intention, and with God as my witness, he'll not find out from me. I know you think the only thing that can help you is a miracle, but such itinerant miracle workers, preachers, and folk mystics often take advantage of those in grave condition who are desperate or seeking help.
Set in Poland.
I hope the man you're pursuing can actually ease your mind. But if not, remember that in the end, we will find a way to help you. Just because we can't see it now does not mean it doesn't exist.
Magic and horror influenced
Send word
RPG.
as soon as you get there. I want to know you are safe. With as much love as I have. Ligia.
As you can tell by our hero's friend in the left of screen. A little bit of magic, a little bit of soul, a little bit of horror, you know. I think it takes place around the turn of the last century.
Could you spare a moment for me? I'd like to send a telegram.
Of course. Pardon me, sir, but are you feeling all right?
Yes, thank you.
Victor.
You're not looking your best.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What's your message?
Go ahead and dictate your message first. Play a trick on him. I'm not going to trick the first guy I run into in the game. I'm a dick, but even I have limits.
Take this down, please. Arrived. I think I have found him. I hope you will receive me. I will write as soon as I am able.
And payment?
On receipt.
Anything to add at the end?
Send greetings to your fifth sister. Aggravate your father. Don't add anything. I will send greetings to the sister. She seems nice. I don't know enough about the father yet to try and intentionally piss him off. Again, tempting.
Please add, my love to you, my sister.
Touching. From whom?
Touching.
My name is Viktor Szulski.
Szulski.
S-Z-U-L-S-K-I. And Viktor with a W, not a V.
Interesting name. Where's this headed?
Warsaw, Russia.
Note.
And this is supposedly
Warsaw,
Georgia.
Russia.
Russia here and Russia there. Russia everywhere. On every map.
Maps change. I know. Let's get on with it.
Pardon?
I was talking to myself. Which way to the village?
The coachman is picking up the mail. Maybe he'll give you a ride.
Well, that would be kind.
Thank you.
I managed to...
Loony.
Hey, that's not nice. All right, find the miracle worker in the village. I received a quest, Shadows of Sins Past. We have a note on the floor, which I'll read. Dear Antoni, it feels like ages have passed since our last letter. Maybe it's just the winter that makes everything good and warm and seem distant. As you can guess, the life of an exile does not spoil me. Years ago, I was uprooted from my homeland and sent to a foreign land among foreign people to fight under the Russian banner. And how am I today? I live among people who hate me. I am losing my health and my mind and cultivating the land that I fertilize with the blood and flesh of its sons. And I can't leave here. I can't stop reminiscing. Death seems to be my only means of escape. Please pray for me. Konstanty. P.S. I don't think this letter will make it through the censorship, but if it does, please tell Anielka that the thought of her brought me solace until the very end. I wonder if they will see each other. I don't really wonder that much. Got another letter over here. Dear Yanko, please stop with the gentry snobbery and listen to what I tell you. Times are changing. You can no longer rely on property ownership. The peasants are different now, and it is not at all clear how things will turn out in the coming years. You just have to look. Wherever you turn, you hear about revolts and peasant guerrillas going at the lords with pitchforks. We have to protect ourselves. Have something on the side, some business that will allow us to live with dignity. That's why I'm telling you, for the last time, go to the bank in Tiflis and take a loan against half of our assets in the Caucasus. Invest in the oil business in Baku. The railroad is getting there, and the world needs kerosene. You need to act. I will send you all the documents and authorizations. Don't delay any longer. Greetings, Lou. So this is, well, we still have the Tsar. So it's before World War I. I think it's like 1909 or something. So we are in pre-war Russia. That's before the Soviet Union. And let's see, perception. As a thaumaturge, you possess exceptional perception. You can see things that are hidden from sight. You can anticipate enemies' actions. You can follow few traces of emotion, thoughts, actions, and words, and you can reach your own goal easier. Use perception now to follow a path to the goal. That way. Okay, that's a nice straightforward system. Things are peaceful here, but beyond the mountains there's war. What kind of man walks around with a book? The Tiflis Herald. The tragic events of August 29th have cast a shadow on the city of Tiflis, leaving it deep in mourning. Yesterday, His rally there with reform proposals sent out by Minister Alexander Buligin, I think, were to be discussed, was brutally interrupted by Cossack troops that stormed inside the municipal board building. Armed Cossacks entered the conference room, wreaking havoc in the turmoil. 60 people were killed and over 100 were injured. People are shocked at another instance of unjustified aggression against the nation of Georgia. Many believe more mass strikes are inevitable. We've got a experience bar on the left. He's the coachman.
Hello. Are you going to the village by any chance?
Hello there. Where else? There's nowhere to go here, sir. The station, the village, and the cemetery. That's all. A horse can't go any higher.
The village is what interests me.
Well, if you've got reason to be there, climb in.
I'd be grateful.
Always nice
I'll
to
save
have
up my
someone
I'm going to
shoot
be a
the
dick
breeze
behavior for
with.
those who deserve it. I'm sure they're going to come. The most respected person in the village is a wise woman, and that's all I could get read. Prologue. Hoping for the better. That's a cheery little village, isn't
Nothing
it?
to see around here. This is everything. Hard to get lost in this place. Head to the tavern over there, past the little square, up the steps. They'll tell you where the preacher's at. Or this time of day, he'll be there himself.
Thank you.
Too kind. Have some rest. You deserve it. My journal was updated. Find the miracle worker in the tavern. I like the visual sense. We've got something else just sitting here to be read. Proletarius Berzola. Soon the day will come when the people will throw off their hated shackles with one stroke of the mighty arm. Hardened by work and struggle with misery, they will get rid of the despised Tsar. May the recent events, so agonizing for many, be a torch that will kindle the flame of a just revolution. It will only take a few people to raise their heads proudly and abandon their work for the flame to become an inferno that will consume the oppressor and cleanse our lands. It's already happening. Workers in major cities are preparing for action, and the country folk are also joining the fray. The hour of trial is upon us. Let us not lose heart. Yeah, and now, all these years later, Russia's got a czar again. A little bit more experience. We can handle keeping order. Let's talk with him.
Gentlemen, is this the tavern here?
Hey, Putnik. You coming from far?
Indeed, I'm tired.
Nice boots. Are they warm?
A proud answer. It not only draws from your flaw of pride's level, but will feed it even more. Well, yeah, I'm going to show no fear.
Actually, I have particularly warm boots. Thanks.
And sooner or later, these might kick their arses.
Don't tempt me, Luca. Don't tempt me. Give me a sec. Got to sort out formalities with this tourist.
It's your snummy. We're the Tsar's soldiers.
Those don't look like soldiers' faces. Closer to thieves.
Ooh!
I don't think he'll talk to us voluntarily.
Okay, it's possible I got myself into trouble. Victory conditions. When your enemies lose all their health points, you win the fight. The enemy's health points are shown on the bars below their feet, while my health points are represented by the bar in the bottom left. Continue. Oh, more. I see more as just that. Gotcha. So, a deserter and a fugitive. Good, turn-based. Let's see. So these are my options. Quick attack, planned attack. 5 to 6, presumably the damage it's going to do. 11 to 14. Oh, a planned attack will knock him out if I can hit it. Oh, a knife! Actions queue. Perception allows you to anticipate enemies' actions to find out what they're planning. Unfold the action queue at the top of the screen. Speed. Skill speeds. Each skill has its own speed. Slower skills are more powerful but require more preparation. Alright, so he's got a quick attack that's going to do 5 to... Oh no, those are my attacks. Let's see. I don't see where I can get actions queue. Perception allows me to anticipate. Oh. Excuse me. That was a sneeze. Perception. So I guess my perception isn't telling me what's happening. Precision cut. Ah, he's going to do 2 to 6. He's got 15. I'll make a quick action. Oh, round 4, so I guess in round 5. Yeah, he doesn't have much left, so. Boop-a-doop. Fast and nervous. Win a skirmish in 6 rounds or less.
They won't report us. They'll be too embarrassed to admit some cripple got the better of them.
Pet the dog.
Good boy.
It is now a requirement on the internet. If there's a dog in the game, it must be pettable, and you must pet it, or the game wipes your hard drive. Most people aren't aware of that. Oh, what did I... thaumaturgy points. I'm a better thaumaturgist. On the grimoire's cover, there are available thaumaturgy points that you can spend on the tree. Purchase skill upgrades, improve your powers within any dimension, and hunt salutors to enable further developments. And this just takes me right to that. Let's see. Heart. Enables using perception in the dimension heart, mind, deed, word. I currently have 1 point in heart. I'm not understanding. And these are my current attacks that I have. Flaw. I am proud. Many people have flaws, but only thaumaturges are aware of their existence. These are blemishes on a personality created as a result of turbulent experiences. They attract salutors and allow young thaumaturges to make a pact with their first salutor. Your flaw is pride. You nurture it by making the right choices. It will impact the course of events in the future. Ah, okay, so I chose correctly. Sort of. Ah, this is my salutor, I suppose. Upir. With the abilities Eerie Intoxication. Inflicts damage, restores my health points by 1, which is half of what you lost. Inflict Bloody Penance. Inflicts damage. The target's health point determines how much damage the skill inflicts. The more health points, the higher the damage. Liberam Vito. Reduces focus, removes all negative states, and not of this world. Inflicts damage. Restores my health by 1, which is half of what you've lost. And I guess there's like 4 different categories of them. Acquired flaws. Well, I just have pride as an implicit. Those are my attacks. We have a heart point. Mind. Word. What else do we have? Let's see. Gamble. Gives a chance of dealing double damage. That's pretty good. Add a point to the dimension. Restores my focus. Reduces focus by an additional point if the enemy is in the suffering state. Gives a 50% chance of interrupting the enemy's planned action. I think A 60% chance of dealing double damage seems really good. Ah, and this is where I'll be able to, I guess, control the Salutor. Okay. Into the inn. Good evening to those of you who've joined me. It is fear that makes you seek solace in fasting, prayer, or penance. Innkeeper's really outdone himself with this stew. Me old lady can't see me like this. I gotta read the news from Yerevan. Our correspondents report that the newly appointed Governor General of Yerevan Province, Prince Napoleon Louis Joseph Jerome Bonaparte, that actually happened, has just arrived in town. The highest officials were present at the welcoming ceremony, followed by a dinner with representatives from Yerevan's most eminent families. The Governor General's address to the townspeople is expected in the next few days. Well, I think that's... even when I touch a woman, I feel nothing. I do not sin. Wow, that's... I feel no attraction toward her. Yeah, that's a good excuse.
Forgive me, sir. Is your name Grigory Efimovich?
I was about to say, I wonder if it's Rasputin.
I forgive you.
I'm sorry. It's just I've been looking for you for a very long time,
And you expected a thinking simpleton, an illiterate who swindles sick people and claims he can speak to God himself. I already said I forgive you.
Yes, I've heard. Especially in Petersburg. I've also heard about the healings, even hopeless cases, inexplicable ones.
And what do you believe in?
So, the very opening had a quick thing about that, because this is based in historical times, a lot of the characters, real and imagined, will behave as appropriate 120 years ago. So, you'll see Rasputin, and you'll see other historical people, and people will behave in ways that they wouldn't today. So, if you're easily offended... What do I believe in? Say I believe in his miracle. I want to see for myself.
If you help me, I'll believe all of it. And please believe me when I say I've tried everything short of a miracle. And I know the meaning of that word. I'm a thaumaturge.
Where are you coming from?
I'm from Warsaw,
So, from Russia.
Well...
Poland.
Oh, smack!
From which Poland? The Russian one, the German one, or the part that belongs to Austria?
From Warsaw.
Do you have a name?
Viktor Szulski.
Szulski.
On my path, I've already come across people who've lied to me about their problems, and then gone around calling me a charlatan. After them, others arrived, with pitchforks and torches, and I had to endure insults and spit in my face, or flee for my life. And now you say you're a wizard from an imaginary country that no one has seen on a map in over 100 years. Forgive my amusement. I haven't had my first coffee yet.
I forgive you, and I'm still asking for help.
Prove you're a thaumaturge, and I'll hear what you have to say.
What would you like me to do, sir?
I've met a few of your kind, so I know what you're capable of. Find something in this tavern that belongs to me, and tell me something only I could know.
First, I need to have something personal that belongs to you to learn your trace. It's a sort of pattern I'll use to recognize the other objects.
Smell this.
No, thank you. Prayer beads. Time-worn prayer beads with 30 woolen knots. The zeal gushing from the beads impregnates the wool better than the tallow from the owner's strong fingers. The object pulses with a mixture of blue rapture, purple passion, and graphite fierceness. The touch of the beads burns, but it also attracts. Trace certain Rasputin. Rasputin's wish. Rasputin has a magnetic zeal and passion. He is a man with an attractive personality, strong and fierce, who's easy to follow. One just has to be careful not to get burned by the flame of his ardor. You are quiet. I have acquired the knowledge or context required to give a response.
I'll return to you in a moment.
I can hardly wait.
Observations. Broken bottle. The damaged bottle was used as a weapon, judging by the traces of blood. A lot of anger emanates from the item. Unknown imprint. Observations are information that you acquire by interacting with people and items. Observations make up conclusions, a valuable source of knowledge about the world and events that can help you in different situations. Perception and objects. Thaumaturges possess perception, which allows them to read other people's emotions, actions, words, and thoughts left on items. In order to recognize them, you must develop heart, deed, word, and mind dimensions efficiently. Traces. On some items, you'll find a trace of someone's personality. It takes one of the three forms: unknown, familiar, certain. Unknown, you see it the first time. Familiar, you've seen it before, but you're not certain who it belongs to. Certain, you know exactly who left it. Traces are only revealed once you pass the test of perception on the item.
Let's take a look around.
Perception. Oh, it's right click. I was clicking the wrong button. That's his. Word 1. Dirty bowl. A dirty bowl that someone has eaten stew from. Dimension force too low. Word. Trace unknown.
Careful you don't get achy feet. You're not too worn out. You look a little peaked.
Any moment now.
I have all day.
Okay, so that was one thing. There. Oh, I see the little blips must be over here. Yep. There we go.
Who would have thought thou as such
Prayer book.
layers
An
of
ornate
passion
prayer book
within
containing
it?
prayers for the Russian Orthodox Rite. It vibrates in a languishing moan of delight, the touch of silk, the scent of courtly powder. But that which is soft and warm is also pierced by the thorns of impending separation and longing. Dimension too low. Dimension force too low. Deed 1. Rasputin's passions. Who would have thought that this priest had such passion? Surprisingly, the mask of a healer conceals an outstanding lover, irresistible to women's hearts and bodies. Perhaps this is one of his healing methods. Not on me, it won't be. Word, deed. Ah, there it is. Mind. Haircloth. A penitential device for voluntary self-mortification of the body. Trace unknown. Looks like it's leading to him. I wonder if it's the...
What have you learned, wizard?
Hey there.
Well, you're a zealous man. It permeates every level of your personality.
Oh,
your
wow.
faith, your abilities.
I feel honored.
Such an impressive discovery.
I haven't finished yet. In Petersburg, he left
Lars.
behind a very devoted and very young lady-in-waiting.
At least one, my friend.
Rasputin will remember this.
Tell me again, why were you looking for me?
Rasputin and me.
A few years ago, I attempted to catch a wild saluter, and that ended with me losing contact with my first saluter. That means I can't develop my abilities. I know that my Uber is there. Sometimes he shows himself, but I can't feel the link anymore. Generally speaking, I'm losing it more and more each day. If it disappears, my mind, I'll lose my sense of reality. I'll fall into madness.
I don't know if I can help you.
A proud answer not only draws from your flaw of pride, but also will feed it even more.
I've got money, if that's what matters.
Give it to the needy. Your riches mean nothing to me. I meant I don't know if I'm able to help you. My gift is something I've received from God. Some I've helped, others I can't say. And I've never treated a thaumaturge.
Maybe just do the same with me as with the others.
We can try. Focus on my voice. You are safe. As long as you can hear my voice, you are safe. Let me gaze into your mind. Let me see through your eyes. Let me
in!
Where am I?
Shadows of
Rasputin.
sins past.
There's no one in here.
It's the Thaumaturge. Game just came out a few days ago. And it's an RPG in the area of, I think it's like the first decade of the 20th century, so 1909, something like that. So that's before the Russian Revolution. My character is Polish. Of course, in this time, he's from Warsaw, and Warsaw is part of Russia. And that was Rasputin. And now I'm in sort of a dream. Hold on, I have a sneeze coming. Pardon the sneeze. Oh, I missed the "is it a stable or a staple" line. Sorry, Lars. There's Rasputin.
I need to get out of here.
I have to find
What is
a way.
this sound? Shackles?
You're blind.
Stanislaw.
You've never grasped the science of spotting the perfectly obvious. Can you still not see?
What do I supposedly not see?
Flaw clouds your vision. It always has. Pride. Your damned pride
Well,
and
yes.
sense of superiority.
Yeah, well, I have a sense of superiority because I'm superior.
I must have gotten that from you, Father.
You'll lose, idiot. You always do. You're even losing against yourself. You can't see, but can you at least hear? You're weak, stupid, and blind.
Thanks, Dad.
Do
Yeah.
you hear me?
It's a father's love.
Do you?
So it's sort of a
I
magic
can see, Father.
and horror
Clearly.
game set early in the 20th century.
Will
In
you be lying
Russia
there much
and
longer?
Poland.
I wanted to sweep.
We're in Georgia right now. Not American Georgia. Eastern European Georgia.
Where's Rasputin?
In the cemetery, chasing away evil spirits and giving people comfort. You all right?
Yes, absolutely.
I wanted to sweep.
I'm just heading out. It's so good to see you again.
My pet, more or
And
less.
something else. I saw him clear as day. It wasn't a vision. It was a salutor, unbound by a pact. A wild one.
My
And
salutor.
if so, that means there's someone in the village with a flaw that's attracting it.
You talking to me?
I was praying.
I wanted to sweep.
I don't think so, but I don't know. I would guess Poles is more likely. But it could be either or neither. I would lean towards none of the above, but I could be wrong. Find the person with the flaw that the wild salutor is seeking. Find Rasputin in the cemetery. Yep. We'll go back outside. You could check. The game's called the Thaumaturge. Give it a quick look up. See what the devs are. Quests have multiple objectives. Freely switch for the one that you'd like to track. After switching, the objectives will reveal a path to follow. Sometimes this path is so mysterious that it eludes even an experienced thaumaturge. No worries. The remaining objectives will provide a way to solve the quest. I have multiple paths. We have a map? We do have a map. Oh, it seems like this way's the way to go. What kind of man walks around with a book? One who can read. Wait, why is the red area?
I felt something. Where is it?
Oop, oop, oop. Oh, something back here. On the
I
ground.
felt something.
They'll all gawk, but without lifting a finger. Just, Vesna will bring it, Vesna will help. But if Vesna needs help with something, there's nobody to be found.
Ah, Polish.
That's not yours, don't touch. All these newcomers causing more problems.
Interesting time for Poland. That it was divided up post the Napoleonic era. Find the person with the flaw that the wild salutory seeking. Vesna left her distinct trace on the fruit. It consists of a heart fluttering in panic and a throat painfully clenched. A bite of the apple would taste of pure fear. Oh, is that another point? Another point! Another point. Let's see, mind. I'm going to go with a point of mind. Or maybe I can't. Doesn't look like I can. Do I not have a point? I thought I had a point. Ah, it went up. So I guess I can put another point in here. I'm assuming that's what that means. So, perfect efficiency. Makes every attack on the enemy deal maximum possible damage. Skill upgrades. Each skill can be upgraded. Place the upgrade in the designated spot in the skill icon. Each upgrade takes up some space. Choose wisely. Okay, so I have a strong attack. Inflicts damage. It's called concussion. So I can use it, put an upgrade into either of these two. So I can hit him with a quick attack and then a strong attack. You buy upgrades with Thaumaturgy points in the development panel. Once acquired, assign the upgrade to an attack to apply its effect. Oh, okay. I think because I used the point to upgrade my physical stuff, I can't actually do the upgrade. I think. Yes, okay, with Thaumaturgy points, so I think that's...
Thaumaturgy never fails me. There is...
Dead goose. Someone or something strangled the goose. That's a little dark. From the goose's twisted neck flows the anger and passion of the person who slaughtered the poor bird. The wave of emotions carries no desire for meat or feathers, only the sour taste of envy and the desire for all of Bogdan's property to go to hell. Somebody doesn't like Bogdan. An average day in Fortress. Dwarves fighting a goose. Well, yeah, in this case the goose lost. Salt on the doorstep. Protects from unwanted visitors and other misfortunes. Okay. We're showing more traces over here. Oh, I thought I saw something. No. Okay.
Am I sensing
something? Ah, I thought there was something I wanted to look at first.
I wanted to talk. Ma'am, please open the door.
Please go. We didn't invite any guests over.
That's not.
Telling you, go away, or I'll call for help. Help! Somebody help me!
What are you doing here, you tramp?
I'm not looking for trouble. I just wanted to talk.
We'll talk, all right.
Oh, is it them again? Oh, they've got a lot of hit points. Adjust upgrades. Gamble, perfect efficiency. Gives a 60% chance of double. Oh, okay, let's see. I now have the strong attack option. Gamble. Makes every attack deal the maximum. Well, then we'll put this here. Is that? No, here. Ah. Yep. Influences. Diversion reduces focus. If you buy upgrades with Thaumaturgy points in the development panel once acquired, assign the points to an upgrade. So perfect efficiency then should guarantee that that one's always going to do 14 damage. Like that. Some ghost killed your dwarf once today. Ghost that was not even a bad one. Well, as this game clearly shows, if you mess around. Alright, strong attacks and focus. In order to launch a strong attack against an enemy, you must take away all of their focus, causing them to enter the breakdown state. Strong attacks are much more powerful than other skills and allow the fight to end quicker. Okay, so he's got one focus. Select the diversion skill to lower the enemy's focus. You and the Salator each have your own separate set of skills. Okay. Salator is my partner, my undead ghost figure thing. Reduces focus. I did remove the focus, so. Bloody Penance. I can hit him. Oh, my dude, my friend can hit him. Inflicts damage. The target's health points determines how much damage the skill inflicts. The more health points, the more. So we want our pet. That should have done like 14. A strong attack opportunity. This enemy has lost all of their focus and is now in the breakdown state. Great chance to launch a strong attack. Aha. We're going to put him almost out of the... Ooh! My ghost! And me doing good work. This part does look a little bit like Darkest Dungeon. Yeah, it does have a graphic sense that is similar to Darkest Dungeon. Alright, we can't use the concussion. Ow! Right, he's at 27. It's 16. Let's see, inflicts damage, target's health points determine how much health. Inflicts damage. No, they can't see the ghosts.
The devil sent you.
You could say that, sure.
So they just magically get stabbed in the back by two katanas. Like, that doesn't happen to you all the time? Come on. The village residents. If thinking interferes with their actions so much, the worse the thinking. The locals are impetuous, irritable, and eager to pick a fight, even in the most trivial reason. Something's not right here. That object. Wooden box. A hand-carved and elaborately painted wooden box. Dimension force is too low for a word. Okay. This time they won't go to prison like in the last word. Oh, you're dwarves? Finally understood how to get an animal out of the cage. Well, that's good. Let's see if we can find anything else. She wants to talk.
Over my dead body. I reject this verdict.
Well, I expected as much. And he wanted to come see you himself. He was first to judge.
I said what I said, and I won't change my mind. Go away. You're attracting gawkers.
Not gawkers. A witness. And let him listen. He'll see it fairly. Sir, this liar and thief here stole a memento of my mother. And this witch says I'm supposed to hand my goose over to him too?
Because you strangled mine. And what do I care about some trinkets your mother left you?
Because we already know you strangled the goose, but you still haven't proved that Bogdan stole your pendant.
Where is the justice here?
The conflicted neighbors. A dead goose lies between the quarreling peasants. The obvious bone of contention here. If the wise woman is to settle the dispute, she'd better do it quickly. It will come to fisticuffs in a moment. Well, draw a conclusion. Neighborly disputes. It seems that the neighbors quarreled over a goose, strangled in an act of revenge. A classic of the genre. Where's the justice here? Make Anatoly calm down. Take Anatoly's side. Support the wise woman. Good evening.
Why don't you relax and listen to the words of a wise woman?
Well, all in all, I'm sorry, Walton.
Come inside and tell me what you're doing here.
Stopping a fight. Seemingly. Is this the place? Nope, this way, I think. Over here. Over here. Oh, that's...
Excuse me. I need to get to the local cemetery. Could you give me a lift?
I've only just come back from the post office this morning. I'm not getting the horse going again. Back to the cemetery. It's not like anyone there is going to run away.
Bunch of roosters running around? Oh, that
My
sounds
horse
like
is
Dwarf
more dead
Fortress
than
to me.
alive.
I've only just come back from the post office this morning. I'm not getting the horse again. Oh, sorry. Something continues to elude you. Keep searching.
I'll be right back.
Okay, so that's not the thing. Manipulation. Using Thaumaturgy, you can manipulate other people. First, you must know a person's secrets, which you can learn by making conclusions. If the manipulation is available, the character interaction icon will change, and the upir will appear next to the character. Continues to show in that direction. Now this way. It's looking like that's the only way to go. Now, right there, it splits. There's something. Oh, the thing over the. There we go. Protective charms made of strings, sticks, and feathers. It's supposed to protect the residents from influence of evil powers. Yeah, how's that working out for them so far? So when I get here, I get the split lines. So that one's leading back, but I don't know to where. And this other one just takes me over here to the Carter. So I'm missing something. Maybe I need to go back and knock on the woman's door before where I started a fight a minute ago. I think you said that some streamer was watching, had played Caves of Kud. Yeah, the streamer was Safarian. He's mostly a PoE streamer. Although he's been playing Last Epoch too. Let's try knocking again.
I wanted to talk. Ma'am, please open the door.
Please go. We didn't invite any guests over.
We had this fight already.
Please, please. Please, please.
She's not feeling chatty. Huh. This way. Well, this door is actionable. Okay, this is the old woman who wanted to talk to me. What you sniffing around for?
The villagers seem to have a certain respect for you, ma'am, so I wanted to ask your help with something.
I'm not getting any younger, boy. Talk before I drop dead.
Let's see. Something continues to elude me. Keep searching. Something. Accuse her of taking advantage of the superstitious villagers. Tell her you'll come back again. I'm missing something, obviously, because there are 3 more answers that I don't have.
Well then, I hope you'll still be alive when I get back, madam.
Unfinished letter. So. My dear son, my heart is crying. Have I harmed you so That you write about me like this? That you renounce your legacy, your land, and your blood? I never said a word to you when you refused to farm with us, nor when you went to Tiflis to study. And now you're calling us stupid, backward. You repeat after that rector of yours, Sudiki, that Georgian, your language, is the language of dogs, and that you want to write me only in Russian. Child, Georgia flows in your blood. She is the salt in your tears, the glue in your bones. You'll not renounce her. You can't. Well, that's a bit of a bummer for her. Diary of an Oblate Priest. They say that every nation has its demons, its phantoms, ghosts, and nightmares were created to make naughty children behave. But I have gone halfway around the world preaching the word of God and learning the truth. These demons, fiends, and devils cursed by God are real, and they're everywhere. In distant Sirmia, people whispered the name Bukovac, a cruel beast whose presence brings wrath and commands people to inflict violence on their neighbors. A fairy tale, you say? But I have seen Bukovac. Here, in Piatgorsky. I heard the rattle of his chains and felt his fangs digging into my neck and tugging at every fiber of my soul, and I felt the fury that his wrath brings with it, the anger from which there is no escape, the taste of blood in my mouth that no prayer can erase. May the holy walls of the Oblate Church stop this beast. Blessed Virgin, keep me safe. How about we try again? Did that open up one of the...
You've been going in so many circles, your head will spin.
It did not open up anything
Well,
else.
then, I hope you'll still be alive when I get back, madam.
Okay, we've got a lock icon there. See, it's telling me to go back to him. Work, work, work. But I don't have an option to do anything with him. Oh, there we are. Shovel. The shovel still showed traces of mud and ice. The coachman had to free the wagon's wheels from the soft soil that had engulfed them. Rag. The coachman had used this rag to wipe the sweat from his forehead. The rag, marked with the sour odor of fatigue, attempts to free the wheels from the soft soil, made the spine crack like a fishbone, and the muscles burn with fire. And no one would help. Such was his job, such was his fate. Draw a conclusion. The coachman is tired and weary. He's worked hard at unloading the wagon alone, and all he dreams of is a moment of rest. You can relieve his suffering. I can relieve his suffering. How?
I'm not going anywhere.
Manipulate the coachman. Make the coachman's fatigue go away.
Maybe you'll change your mind and drop me off at the cemetery after all.
Well, on the other hand, this place isn't much more exciting than the cemetery, and I meant to take the horse out for a ride, so get on.
I'm off to the cemetery. I'm sure it's a charming place. All right. So I believe I have now earned. It says heart. Okay, so let's see. Cost is 1. All right, this relaxation restores my focus. That reduces focus by 1 additional point if the enemy's in the suffering state. 50% chance of interrupting enemy's planned action. Over here, mental defense makes you lose focus instead of taking damage. Brutality increases the damage from this looter's next attack by 50%. Lucky 60% chance of slowing the enemy's actions. That will allow me to upgrade the heart, but I think I should start putting some points in elsewhere. Let's go with mind. Okay. Whoop. Nope, we had something else. Me. There's the entry on the Rasputin. It was here. 3 and 1, but I also had something here. Not a point, though. Okay. Up in there. Over here. Rasputin.
You're alive. Does that mean I helped, Thaumaturge?
I see him. My Uber. He's back. I can feel our bond growing stronger as each moment passes.
I'm happy for you, but do restrain your joy. We're in the cemetery.
When I heard you were at the cemetery, I was sure I'd see you resurrecting the dead.
Not yet. Today I'm just praying for rest for Vasily's soul. The whole village is suffering after his loss. He was the elder here.
He cursed this place. Since he died, darkness and misfortune have hung over the village.
You see, to them, every harm comes down to witchcraft. They believe that after Vasily's passing, the village was possessed by some monster that howls at night or some other Yafits.
Let's see, Doom. The locals say since the death of the village elder, Doom has hung over the village. Minor quarrels immediately turn into bloody fights, and people are tense and withdrawn. Things are not looking good. I'll tell them they might be right.
As you were healing me, I had a dream, a vision. But on the borderline of sleep and wakefulness, I thought I saw a salutor. That's what might be influencing the villagers in Wailing at night.
They're good people, but none too bright, Victor. I'm afraid they might be talking about a train.
The wise woman was saying the evil spirit is a Bukovach.
Bukovach.
Does the creature hunting you rattle chains, slither around, and have a mouth full of giant fangs?
A Bukovach.
Where did this elder live?
I'll show you.
We're making progress.
Let's allow Vasily's soul to rest for today. Amen.
Superstitions. A woman in the cemetery claims the village is haunted by a lich. His name is Bukovach. A peaceful and happy village? Not quite. The villagers are riled up and on the point of breaking, laying the blame for their troubles on the actions of Bukovach. They're trying to defend themselves against this dark force with folk methods. Doesn't look like there's anything else here. No. It's just pointing me back. Well, where to now? Bottled the dogs and cats, and dwarves instantly slaughtered them. Well, that's Dwarf Fortress for you. Ah, the village, the burned homestead. I'm in the rural cemetery. Oh, we'll go to the burned homestead. Me and Raspy, we're tight. Have you learned anything? Not yet. We've got something.
Can you feel it? Is the smell of mystery.
A destroyed doorframe. By some miracle, it survived the fire. Fear has embedded itself deep in the fabric of the doorframe. Fear of the flames and trepidation about losing a loved one.
A horrible death.
A dried bloodstain has soaked deep into the burned boards of the house. The blood sounds like suffering. It flowed quickly. The wound inflicted with the scissors wasn't large, but it was accurate. Life left the body. The heart went into spasm, and the mind recognized the end. It lasted for some time, and then the flames came, and the pain resounded anew. That's not sounding great for whoever was in here. It sounds like he got stabbed and killed. Stabbed, and then they burnt the place. We have something over here. Saw little red dots, little red pips. We got something over here.
True fear.
A rag doll, a charred rag doll. It appears old. The doll is caked with a hard crust of fear. Its layers are like the varnish on an age-old painting. A child's fear, a girl's terror, a young woman's dread. They form a cocoon smelling of turpentine that constricts the throat and forces tears from the eyes. Anything else? Doesn't look like it. Looks like it's pointing this way. They both going to... No. Ah, my friend.
This house was always full of fear, and its owner was still alive when the house caught fire. Someone wanted to kill him. The fire only covered up the crime.
Bukovac.
The murder gave birth to the flaw that you attached to, didn't it? I'll find you when I track down the murderer. I know who owns this doll. Maybe I should give them back to her. She ought to know more about what happened here.
Journal updated. Vesna's trace. Yep, Vesna, the woman who wouldn't open the door for us. The same trace can be felt by the rag doll and the item dropped by the woman. Vesna smells of fear. Her nerves are badly strained. Her heart is trembling. Her fingers are stiff from anxiety, and her mind wanders, lost in the wilderness of fear. I may be able to find her home and discover what's behind the jittery condition.
Victor! I hope you've got what you want now, Thaumaturge. Because I think it's time to get out of here.
Oh, more of them.
Why the hurry, Father? We're the Tsar's men. How about the donation for the Tsar's army?
There are no Russian outposts here.
I think this is the guy with the nice boots.
You're the guy who trashed our comrades?
Proud answer not only draws from my flaw of pride, but its level will even feed it even more. Am I going to do this again? It's who I am. I'm a proud, arrogant schmuck. And so's the character.
I can do exactly the same to all of you.
He's not as weak as he looks. He actually looks better than he did the other day.
But not counting the priest. He's still alone.
Not anymore, I'm not.
Oh, we're going to dance. 29, 26, and 27. Let's adjust our upgrades, see if we do have. Relaxation restores my focus. Reduces focus. Buy upgrades with Thaumaturgy. So I'm not sure what I do with it. The others I dragged here and here. They only... Oh, I can put it there or there. But I don't understand how this works. Ah, okay. Got it. So these are removable. Got it. All right. Okay. All right. Quick attack, planned attack. Let's see. Diversion reduces focus, but it'll restore my focus. We'll make a quick attack on him. And we'll have our hidden friend. I played a little bit of RimWorld, not a lot. I'm not sure how I'm going to do here. Restores your health points by 6. It's not going well, is it, guys? I'm not really evidently doing great at understanding the combat system. Well, that gave me some health back. Okay. Alright, I've reduced his. Inflicts. Let's try using that. I hit him really hard. Said yesterday I made... Yeah. Dwarf Fortress? I don't know. Not anytime soon. I have got so many games that I want to play right now that are just all kind of piled up. I've been playing City Heroes, Guild Wars 2, Last Epoch, and I started this because I really wanted to.
Can these salutors also help you in a fight? Can you manipulate people and cast these demons into their minds?
Generally speaking, yes. Are you sure you're right, sir?
Call me Grigori.
Let's head back. I have to visit.
Me and
someone in
Rasputin,
the
we're
village
becoming
to tell me
best
more
buddies.
about what happened
Not really.
here.
Adventure mode coming, just a roguelike somewhere in May. I mean, anytime, you know, they're going to make an addition to the game, I will certainly reconsider. We have another point. But right now, there's so many things I want to play, and there's still other games that I wanted to play. Door frame, a restored door frame. By some miracle it survived. Thick lines of wood grain are visible on the frame. They arrange themselves into words carved sharply as if by a chisel. They scream about an attempt to break down the door, about the hinges finally letting go. They scream into a space that doesn't respond. Oh. Rasputin's wish. Oh. Well, what's the new... new here. There we go. Bukovac. Bukovac are sometimes mentioned in tales and legends of Sirmia, a part of the kingdom of Slavonia. They personify brutal force and the inexorable punishment for sins which is bound to come. That is why they are attracted to flaws, bred by forbidden acts, like the district governor Vasily's murder. Murder! Oh, I think we're back to the cart. And back to the village. Am I going to have to beat up the Russian deserters again? I'm going to give the doll back to the woman. Oh, this is new again?
Luca. He must be the one who saved Vesna from the fire.
To the rescue, to the words read from the doorframe of the burned house were Luca's. It was he who rescued Vesna from the fire, risking his own life. Ambiguous amphibian interview watched with the Dwarf Fortress dev. Project Zomboid dev. Project Zomboid's a good one too, if you haven't played that.
I wanted to talk. Ma'am, please open the door.
Please go. We didn't invite any guests over.
Yes, I know. Luca.
Please leave. Please. Please.
Kind of weird every time you looked at Project Zomboid, you thought it was a game that never came out of beta. No, it's out. It's a different game, and it is a true roguelike, because sooner or later, you're probably going to die.
I wanted to talk. Ma'am, please open the door.
Please go.
She still doesn't want to talk to me. Okay. We'll talk see if we can find Luca then.
Please. Please.
Oh, we got what look like sort of like rose petals. Multiple piles. Let's see what's...
There are so many words of love inscribed here.
A damaged axe shaft. Luca is a violent man, but he has a sincere love for Vesna. Quarrels are one thing, but he would never commit violence against her, as evidenced by the words written on the shaft of the axe. Dish shards, broken shards of blue ceramic dish. The broken ceramic trembles with anger and frustration. The quarrel erupted suddenly, spewing out bile of mutual complaints and grievances. Its sweet and pungent taste stupefied, compelled, screaming, finger-pointing and hurting. The frenzy lasted until all involved were out of breath. In this house lives a married couple who do not mince words. They argue violently, loudly, until they're out of breath, but they persist together despite everything. The sex is spectacular. We will talk.
Now I know that woman's trace. Vesna and her husband both left traces of themselves at the Vasilis' burned-out farmstead. Luca sincerely loves his wife. You think he loves her strongly enough to kill for her? You're right. It'd be better to ask Vesna about that.
Yeah, because Dwarf Fortress has also been in development for almost 20 years now. I think I'll run out of things to do in Dwarf Fortress. Check out Project Zomboid. I've watched enormous amounts of videos about the game from the Amphibian 2, mainly from him. What's so weird, though, how can they keep developing the game for so long, both Zomboid and DF? Well, I mean, they make money from them, enough that they keep doing the project and keep expanding the project. Let's see if she'll talk to me now.
I wanted to talk. Ma'am, please open the door.
Please go. We didn't invite any guests over.
Please open the door. I'd like to have a chat about your husband.
You better not be here when he gets back. He's not as talkative or polite as I am.
Vesna about Luca. It's clear that this is not the first time Vesna has threatened someone with her husband, Luca. Must not have had the best reputation in her village. Residents see Luca as a sullen churl. Good use of the word churl. And a recluse. However, he seems to have a soft spot for Luca. Luca was at Vasily's house on the night of the murder and fire took place.
I know you're scared, but please just open the door a crack and let me ask one quick question.
What do you want?
Calm her down. Try to make her safe. I'll give her the little doll I found. But that one will use the heart one. I don't think I have heart one yet, do I?
Please, don't be afraid. I just need to know where I can find your husband.
He's chopping wood in the clearing by the forest.
Maybe I should have given her the... Oh, we got another point. Oh, I do have heart. Lots of heart. Let's put one into deed so we can have a little bit of everything. Oh, back this way. To the cart. And the cart, have the cart guy. The carter? The cartier? Or ask him the direction, maybe?
Again.
This time it's a matter of life and death.
How is your search going?
Almost finished. I know who's attracting the Vukovac.
Can you reveal that secret?
It's Luca. It has to be Luca.
Do you still want to catch that salutor?
Yes, absolutely.
Despite the risk?
I hope I can persuade you to come with me.
That's an enormous favor you're asking me. I hope you'll be able to return it.
I give my word.
Did you hear? We're going to see Luca Bogosian.
Bogosian? I thought Bogosian was an Armenian name. Wow. Axe.
I'm not here to fight.
Luca!
You shouldn't have threatened my wife.
Why did you do this?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You're the one who brought the Salutor here. The spirit that you all say arrived in the village after Vasily's death. The Salutor is what's making fear consume you all and making you hot-headed. And it's because of your flaw, which has been within you since the murder took place.
A murder might just be about to take place.
Cut off his head.
What?
Tear off his head before he opens his mouth again.
It wasn't Luca, it was her. She stabbed him.
Unless you're the one that killed him.
And I'd do it again if I could. Get out of here!
Here you are, Vukovac. Vesna's flaw is mine, and you're mine.
He's beautiful! Difficulty level. Let's see. Hunting for the lost, time-lost proto-drake again? On another character? Most people try and then give up. You try, succeed, and you're going to... on the same character. Are they not bound? Can you sell them on the auction house? If so, that would make sense because they would probably sell for an enormous amount of money. Combat is easier. Mode is for those wishing to focus on the story. I'm an enormous wuss. I'm going to go with story mode because the enormous wuss thing. Fighting wild salutors. To defeat a wild salutor, you must get rid of the shadows that protect him. Vanquishing the shadows will weaken him. But the weaker he is, the more fiercely he'll fight back. The bar tells you when the wild salutor sends more enemies against you. Okay, so that's the time. Alright, here's one. We'll adjust our upgrades. Let's see, that strong attack is 23 to 24. 60% chance of dealing double damage. Thief of Thought reduces focus by 1 additional point if the enemy is in the suffering state. Okay. We'll move Thief of Thought to there. Fortune. 50% chance of interrupting the planned. 50% chance to interrupt. We'll put that on quick attack, because we can get that off quickly. 60% chance of dealing double damage. We'll put that on the strong attack. So, goblins just attacked you. Went to kill the dwarves. Biggest enemy is pawns. Ah! Goblin dropped into a pond and my dwarf jumped in after him and drowned. That's probably not great. Let's see. What do we have on this one again? Restores your focus by 3. Perfect efficiency. Makes every attack deal the maximum possible damage. That's not much of a difference. We'll use this one when we need more focus. Alright. I'm getting the hang of it. 3 of them drowned. That's not great. Alright, this guy has got, wow, a lot of focus. Isn't he pretty? I want him. Alright, let's see. So that is when he's going to send another mob against me. Slow swing. It'll inflict damage. Doom. Suffering 5. Receives damage at the end of every round. Max 4. And we will have our pet reduces focus only by 1. Round 2. Inflicts damage, restores health. He's got high health wound. Wow. He hit me for a point. States. Bukovac has caused you to enter the suffering state. States can have a benign or potentially deadly effect. Read their descriptions carefully and don't get caught off guard. Suffering receives damage at the end of every round. The effect lasts, so basically it's a dot. Alright. Let's see. I lost 2 because of the Doom. Let's see. And we'll have him hit him and hit him hard. Is that like another... Ooh, is that like double suffering I have going on me now? Upir. So I'm in the suffering state now. Let's see. Removes all negative states from me. We want to remove the suffering for sure. As I think that was 2 stacks of suffering, and so that'd be 4 points a turn. And they are cleared. All right. That's the woman's shade. You put suffering back on me? Yep, suffering back on me. Oh, I guess it was 1 stack. That's the number of turns left of it. I'll punch her spirit or ghost or whatever the heck it is. And again, another quick attack. And that'll give me a heal. And I punch. I am getting the hang of the combat here. Wow. Suffering and complications reduces restored health by a bunch. That's not friendly. I required a flaw. Vehemence. Oh.
You lose. You're going crazy again. You blind fool.
A little faith, Thaumaturge. Focus on what's true. My voice is true. I am the truth, you see. Look.
Am I about to get another pet Salutor? Taming a Salutor. You defeat Bukovac, the deed dimension Salutor. But you cannot tame him on your own. Rasputin comes to help. The untamed Salutor won't obey your orders, stops you from developing, and weakens your perception. Fortunately, Rasputin soothed his anger. You achieved the unachievable. Beast of Caucasia.
How do you feel? Are you alright?
The Caucasus.
Well, I don't think I'm hallucinating, but that means I'm currently facing a crowd of furious lumberjacks with axes, so I'd say I've been better.
What? What? I'm telling the truth. I do it again. None of you understand anything. It's because of this magician. It's his fault.
The magician didn't kill Vasily. He didn't bring the evil here. You're a witch! To the stake with her! To the stake!
And you...
He's a rational fellow.
Standing there. Are you just letting them do this? Fine. I'll handle it myself. I did it before, and I can do it now.
What have you done? Go. You don't need to see this.
Prevent Luca from making a rash decision. Force Vesna to flee. Okay, I now have a point in deed, so I can do that. I need 2 points in heart. Remind Luca of the proof that he loves Vesna. I'm acquiring the knowledge or context required. So that's a response I can't give. I can give these 2 responses.
Get out
force her
of
to
here.
flee.
Leave me alone!
Out of my way! You've already done enough!
No, not yet.
Am I going to have to fight again? Ugh. Let's adjust our upgrades. Let's see. Let's see. Perfect efficiency is... makes every attack on the enemy deal the maximum possible. It's not that important in this particular case that I get the maximum. Oh, I've got a new one now. Suffering 5 receives 3 to 4 at the end of every round. Let's go ahead and drag this to there. So you can, for each fight, selecting yourself or a Salutor, you can preview both your, and this will help you plan your attack. Oh, okay. Summoning another Salutor. You can summon another Salutor at any time. A green flame Frame around the Salutor's image means they are exceptionally effective in a fight with the given enemy. So we will use Upir, he has suggested. We'll have him reduce the focus. And then I'll do a quick attack. 3 points, that's the best you can do? Old wound, perfectionism, let's see. Let's give him some suffering, shall we? Yoink his focus away from him. He's at 10. That should heal me, and that should finish him off. Oof. Journal updated. We've got another point. Ah, and there is my new Salutor, Bukovac. Well, let's go with Upir. Okay, those are my attacks. My acquired flaws. Vehemence. Bukovac. There doesn't appear to be a way to upgrade him. Vesna. The Vesna Trophy. She's the best goalkeeper in the NHL. Would I come over to here? Ah, yes, I would. Action, reaction, inflicts damage for 8 to 9. Adds another skill on. And there's another one, agony. Skill casts the state on a random enemy, suffering 5. Bond of Brutality increases the damage of the Salutor's next attack. Pardoning on, again. %60 chance of slowing their actions. Makes you lose focus instead of taking damage. How about a little more mind? So that gives us, we've got lucky chance, right. Oh, this one can hold 3. No? Interesting. Why does it have 3 chevrons then? Maybe... There we go. Lucky chance is there. 60% chance. I don't need that to deal double damage. That's going to kick their ass anyway. And that's the... I have the interrupt on, right? Yep. And that one restores my focus. I haven't had any problem with focus yet. That'll do then. Send a telegram at the railway station.
Excuse me, sir. Do you happen to know when the train arrives? The postmaster said it's usually no more than an hour late, so it should be here any moment. I got a tougher question for you.
No. Pardon?
Will this train get me close to Albuquerque?
I'm afraid that's an ocean away, and even to the ocean you've got a ways to go.
Thank you. Ever since I took a wrong turn at Albuquerque, I can't get my bearings.
Bugs Bunny.
Things I've seen, sir.
A Bugs
Places I've
Bunny
been.
reference.
I just can't get to Albuquerque.
He can't get to Albuquerque.
I wanted to send 2 telegrams, one to Warsaw and one to Paris.
Mr. Shulsky, I was meant to send for you when the driver came to get the mail. My condolences about your father.
Whoop! Dad croaked.
Do you still want to send something?
Guess not. I've gained a message from Ligia. Or Ligia. Not sure of the pronunciation on that one. Raspy?
Did you come to say goodbye to me?
More like to share my fear. Your condition yesterday, after the fight with that Bukovac, it troubled me. I don't think my treatments are having a long-lasting effect. And you don't look the best. Do you feel all right?
I've just heard that my father is dead.
My condolences.
After your treatment, when I was hallucinating, I saw him. I heard his voice for the first time in years. I'm sure it was him. A strange feeling.
Maybe he came to say goodbye. Maybe it was his last chance to speak to you. A prophecy.
I hope not.
What do you intend to do now?
I have to bury my father in Warsaw. What about you?
Thanks to you, I don't think I have anything else to do here. I had a little time to think about what I saw in your mind. Tell me, Victor, have you ever seen a human skull cracked open on the cobblestones?
Recreationally?
I haven't.
I have. The skull of Franz Ferdinand himself, with his brain spilling out onto the sidewalk. I also saw the white steppes in Odessa running with blood. A battlefield blanketed in lethal fog, with faceless beings emerging from it. This hasn't happened yet, but I saw it as clearly as I see you now. Thanks to you, I know that I can stop it. I know that I am part of history, and I can change it. Even at the cost of scorn, contempt, or my life. You promised me a favor, so Warsaw sounds perfect.
Maybe you should keep going to Albuquerque. I did not expect a Bugs Bunny reference. The Thaumaturge. Again, pardon the yawn. On your words and gestures, you never know who in the crowd might have been Ochrana reformer, an agent in disguise. It does. They weren't too blatant about it. And if you're not a fan of Warner Brothers cartoons, you might miss it entirely. That was the intro, presumably. Yeah, to teach you mechanics and the like. I'm clearly having another vision. What?
Warszawa! Warsaw! Warsaw! Last stop, Warsaw. Time to wake up.
It's clouding over.
The weather is like my mood.
Aside from the circumstances of the
No, he'd met him. He was seeking him out to get healed. Rasputin was famed for being a healer. Rasputin's coming with him to Warsaw. Hadn't thought of returning here. Not under circumstances like these. Tell him what you think about Warsaw. Read what the papers say about Warsaw.
The only person I consider close is my sister. But Varsovians? Let's see. Workers are striking. They want to take advantage of the Tsar's visit to Warsaw. The protests are being violently suppressed. Last week, around a dozen people were killed. Polish Socialist Party militants attacked a train. They stole money, bonds, and explosive materials. They're also suspected of robbing a transport of Dutch pomade. The socialists in Warsaw must look pretty sharp then. Further along, we've got murders, muggings, and poverty.
The newspapers feed on sensation. Remember that in darkness, even a small spark can be seen clearly. Even I can feel hope from all the people riding with us. Can't you?
Even without my powers, I can tell that hope is bringing people here from all three partitions. Miners, steelworkers, governesses, maids, speculators, thieves. I've gotten to read a few of our fellow passengers' possessions, and I know that hope can have many faces.
Will you share that knowledge with me?
There's a terrified woman riding with us. She's either running away or in hiding. I think that gentleman is smuggling something, because excitement is all mixed up with guilt inside them. And this dandy, he's going whoring.
If there's something I've learned in life, Victor, it's never to neglect the horse.
I hope that's a philosophy that you all embrace just as vigorously as I do.
I think the time's come to ask where you plan to stay.
With you.
I'll let you know when I come up with something.
Okay. I certainly have a very nice vest. God, yawn, 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 yawn. I'm not bored. I like the game so far. Varzawa. Oh, I'm tripping balls again. Also love how you enjoyed that last fight encounter. Depends on the game. Depends on the context. The Mermaid's City Sun. Go to your father's funeral at Pawazki Cemetery. What do we got? Got 2 editions here. Warsaw, 1905. Warsaw is neither close nor distant to me. It is the city of my childhood, early youth, and my first experiences. Those thaumaturgical and otherwise. When I left, I didn't miss it. I did miss my home, my sister, my friend, but the city meant only as much as my loved ones who were there. It was defined by their presence. I didn't really cherish my memories of Warsaw, but I remembered it differently. I knew where they sold the best candles, which way home was the fastest. Now I feel like I don't know the city at all. It's still a melting pot, where emotions simmer, pushing the town's matter to its limits. It all still rests in anticipation of change and eruption and action. But this is different. I'm different. I will have to learn my way around all over again. Southern... Wow. Srodmieszki? Rhythm permeates every brick here, every cobblestone, every rail. The racket of steam engine pistons, of hammers working on the soaring buildings, the frenetic heartbeats, the stomp of marching protesters, the dynamics of progress and change are overwhelming, intoxicating, and emboldening. I can hear the ripple of dissent more and more clearly. The rhythmic pulse loosens the rivets holding the bilingual signboards together and unties... Wow, what's with the yawns today? Unties corset knots in this place. You live in here and now because the past reeks of decay. And it's too terrifying to think of what the future holds. Well, theoretically, yawning is caused by too much CO2, so maybe I'm just not breathing enough. I'm going to examine the sign.
Empires fall.
When people unite, empires fall. Obtained a Thaumaturgy point. How far does these go out? I don't know. Well, let's go ahead and increase Upir's bind here with that. Revolutionary leaflets. Brothers, the 11-hour workdays are killing us. Let's follow the example of workers in German and English factories and fight to reduce them to 9 working hours. Join the strike. Put down your tools and join the fight for the future. There was one back there behind, but I do want to just browse a quick bit. See if there's anything else to read. There is. Menu. Kastalanska restaurant. Borscht or broth, fruit soup. Potage with crayfish, goose in jelly, young turkey. Romaine lettuce, pan-seared saffron milk cups. Cucumber salad. Compote, cream with chocolate. Pears al lotero, cup of green grass. Can I just have a club sandwich? Thanks. There was a paper there. The Warsaw Courier. Their Majesties have arrived. When this issue of the Courier is in your hands, the ancient city of Warsaw will be receiving its most distinguished guests. His Majesty Nikolai II, the Emperor of all Russia, the King of Poland, and the Grand Duke of Finland, and Her Royal Highness Tsarina Alexandra Fyodorovna will arrive in our city this afternoon. This will be the royal couple's first visit to Warsaw. On this long-awaited and joyous occasion, our city has taken up festive appearance. Streets have been adorned with festoons of flowers and greenery, and the entire area that the royal procession will pass through is filled with crowds of people wishing to pay their homage to their majesties on behalf of Warsaw and all of the kingdom. And with that vow of royal allegiance, Polish hearts send to the throne a quiet echo of fervent desires and lasting comfort. These arise from His Majesty's words, who declared in his grand manifesto that his ultimate goal was to ensure the happiness of all his loyal subjects, and to discern all his loyal subjects' needs. Those gracious words of the sovereign have become a source of comfort for the people of the Kingdom of Poland, and in the name of that comfort, the Polish people under the Russian rule are happy to greet His Majesty today, trusting their substantial needs will be recognized and ready for civic and public service. Whoop, no, this way. Let's check and make sure we didn't miss anything down here. We've got something else that I can read there and something over there. Anti-Thaumaturge leaflets. Uh-oh! Beware of thaumaturges who act in secret, plotting to bring down the economy and thus take complete control over society. Let us protect our children from those degenerates waiting for the right moment to take control of the most innocent minds and souls. Let us get rid of those parasites. Recent research shows that thaumaturge brains are burned out from thoughts that go against nature. Hence, they cannot be treated equally to normal people. Let us act now before it is too late. Anti-thaumaturge leaflets. They saw through us. Wanted notice. To all police chiefs of Warsaw, beware Abarici Nidzic, leader of the Shivs gang, recently seen near Wierzbawa Street. Description: blonde, blue eyes, round face, sizable size. Stature: distinctive marks, dark circle under his eyes signifying exceptional anger. He's a thief and murderer, particularly active in the Srodmieshi area. Whoever notifies the authorities his whereabouts contribute to his apprehension shall be rewarded. And we got one more over here. The Daily Courier, the chief of police of the city of Warsaw, hereby informs the general public that in connection with their Majesty's visit, the number of units patrolling the streets this day will be doubled. In particular, constables will look out for groups of troublemakers that have been gathering more and more recently near major thoroughfares to protest against thaumaturges and demand that His Majesty officially condemn thaumaturges as charlatans and a menace to humanity. Yesterday, near Remarska Street, the police arrested 15 people who protested loudly and disrupted traffic, demanding that thaumaturgy be punished by death. The protesters were intoxicated and started a fight with the police unit dispatched on the scene. Well, they know we exist. Out the door I went. Act 1, the city that does not forget. Warsaw. Pardon the yawn. Oh, I'm picking somebody picking.
Such a crowd.
Oh,
The circus has come to town.
well, I bet it's actually.
These are troubled times.
That's bizarre.
Brothers turn against brothers. Russia has had enough bloodshed. The violence must stop. When socialists attempt to divide Russia and her subject nations, to dent the sword that smote the enemy at Grunwald, this demands my decisive action. Thus, by my grace, I hereby appoint as Governor General of Warsaw Georgi Antonovich Skowon.
A butcher.
Well, sir, The time for leniency and indulgence is over.
Good night, sir. Have a great evening.
Is bestowed on me.
You have to be at work at 5 a.m.
Hostile to the subjects of Greater Russia
Ew.
will have any
Then
further
definitely
right to exist.
go to bed.
Whether it be brutal socialist subversives,
The only thing worse than
communists, Jews,
going
or
to work
other
early is
satanic
going to work early
provocateurs.
without enough sleep.
He sure knows how to unite a crowd.
Pardon me. Are you Polish?
Yes, I feel Polish. My name's Victor.
Wanda.
Victor and Wanda.
This is Russia here. Like it or not. Warszawa. Premia terrora. Zakończyłeś. Idy na chuj! My first decision as Governor General of Warsaw. Arrestować.
I assume that's arrest him.
Great heroes in their sense of timing. Of course, now they're the first ones in the fight.
Samobladanie, Poliaki. We want that rebel. The Landman.
Damn.
What happened?
Be a gentleman. Please kneel and tie my shoe.
A proud answer. Not only draws from my flaw of pride level, but also feeds it even more. Okay, I'm willing to tie her shoe. This is going to be the first time I didn't choose the pride option.
I didn't dare suggest it myself.
Can I ask you a tiny favor? The Russians can't find out about this. The military is just looking for an excuse to suppress the crowd, and these workers are dreaming of thrashing a Russian gendarme.
Either one of you confesses to disturbing the peace, or всех забирай. We'll take you all in.
You can't handle all of us.
Can you get us out of here?
Ask her what she's suggesting or leave.
I think I'm open to any kind of suggestion.
With a book like that, I'd find out what would convince one of these bastards to let us go. Or I'd take on that self-appointed leader of the proletariat.
Interesting strategy. Who are you, really?
A damsel in distress.
Those don't usually hide ammunition in their stockings.
Can I explain it to you another time?
For instance, I could disclose to a soldier that you came here with ammunition and he was scared.
Maybe we should see who they believe. A respected lady of Warsaw, or a common magician who just 100 years ago would have been burned at the stake.
Well, since you asked so nicely, I'm going to take a look around.
Request from a girl in trouble, Wanda, whom I met during the kettling incident, needs me to help her inconspicuously escape. Oh, we've got something. Pistol bullets, bullets that fell from under the woman's dress scattered on the pavement. Small bullets carry big emotions. Hope, because they were meant to benefit the cause. Fear, which in these difficult times makes its way to even the hardiest of hearts. And determination, the companion of courage, without which it would be impossible to face reality. Each bullet was hidden in the nooks and crannies of the undergarments with care and precision, just like the previous time and the time before that. This is nothing new for the person who took the risk.
Do you think it's a good idea to stir people up and send them to face bullets and bayonets?
What do you want then? My whole life on my knees? Kissing Ruski's ass?
Do you realize blood is about to be spilled? And that it might be mine? Fuck off!
He did not seem impressed, workers' leader. He's a charismatic man whose words greatly move the crowd. He'll not keep quiet, even if it means ending up in a cell. I see. Police bearer meant to help keeping order during the rally. The seemingly ordinary barrier carries the memory of the hand whose firm grip represents the determination of the one who controls it. It was the gendarme commander who set up the barrier, carrying in his heart the desire to return to the warmth of his home. All he needed was a scapegoat. That's the corporal sergeant. Corporal's the officer.
Pardon me, gentlemen. The crowd has received the order. For now, zero response.
We'll give them a moment to arrest them all, book them, interrogate them. Gospody will be home in November.
Gendarme readiness. Gendarmes are ready to pacify the crowd. They won't hesitate to arrest those who draw their attention. The manhunt at the station. The sergeant wants to call it a day and go home as fast as possible. A manhunt entails a lot of work that he'd rather avoid. With a little nudge, he might settle for taking in the agitators and letting the rest go. The workers' leader is perfect for the role.
Gentlemen, please forgive me. Maybe there's a faster way to get this situation resolved.
Back off, Polyak, or we'll start shooting. Paniatno, scrum. Dawaj.
Make the sergeant accuse the worker. Invoke your name and wander over to them.
Достаточно. Should we go in and capture the worker who's mouthing off and let us go?
Da, Sergeant. We can use anyone as an example.
Shagom march!
Big guy.
Goodbye.
You're welcome.
I wanted to thank you at our next meeting. We could use someone like you.
We? Meaning the people you were carrying ammunition for and who got you Dutch pomade for your hair.
You haven't just got pretty eyes, you know how to use them. Maybe you'll find time one day for some jam donuts at Burke Rotblitz's.
Ooh, Burke Rotblitz's. It sounds so lovely. Another meeting. Fearless Wander, smuggler of bullets, proposed meeting at Burke Rotblitz's. Wanda, the woman I met during the kettling incident, I don't know what the kettling incident is, was smuggling bullets in the nooks and crannies of her undergarments. Clearly it wasn't the first time she'd done it. Unfortunately, this time the garter didn't hold and the bullets fell onto the pavement. Maybe fate will have us cross paths again, and we'll meet at Burke Rotblitz's for jam donuts. Yummy. I'm going to save right here and call it an evening. New save. We'll call it Lens First. And I think I'll call it an evening here. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me this evening, watching me play the game, get the hang of the combat and stuff. Still got a little bit to learn. Still kind of wangling my way through it. So, I hope you found it interesting. I think I'll be playing it again tomorrow. So, I'm going to call it here. I hope the rest of your Friday night goes great. And that your weekend kicks ass. I kind of insist. So, I should be back tomorrow at my usual time, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, middle of the night in Europe. Thank you for hanging out too, Lars. Early morning for Lars. And I'll be back tomorrow. More of the Thaumaturge, which means miracle worker. Just wanted you to know. So, thanks again for watching. Hopefully you'll see me again real soon. I'll be back tomorrow, usual time. Have a great night tonight. Take care, and ciao for now. Good night, guys.